Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Solis, and today I'll be making a case for why the study of Western Civ is still essential, and not just as a historical survey, but as a conversation about who we are and how we think. So, what is Western civilization? Well, no one really knows. Even historians can't fully agree. Is it a central civilization, as David Wilkinson argued, stretching from Egypt and Mesopotamia through Greece, Rome, and the modern West? Or is it a limited civilization, as Lawrence Birken described, one that should be studied alongside and not above others? Despite this uncertainty, debates over Western Civ continue, especially in education. Critics claim that it isn't diverse enough or that it promotes Eurocentrism. But maybe the real issue is that we've forgotten why Western Civ and the study of it really matters. In this presentation, I'll share three reasons why Western civilization remains relevant today. One is political polarization. Two is to reconsider our principles, our foundational principles. And three, to confront cultural ignorance about what Western civilization really means. First, political polarization. Lawrence Birken argues that Western civilization should be defined modestly, not as the single story of humanity, but as one civilization among many. He contrasts the limited definition of the West, which focuses on European and Christian roots, with the central definition, which treats the West as the continuous heir of Egypt, Greece, and Rome, and by extension, the foundation of the global civilization. Birkin finds the central definition riddled with contradictions. It tries to portray the West as both a universal human achievement and a uniquely Western one. To resolve this tension, he favors the limited definition, which acknowledges the West's distinct identity without claiming universal dominance. By recognizing the West's dual inheritance, both classical and Christian, this approach separates history from ideology, allowing us to teach the West without glorifying it. Redefining Western Civ helps us de escalate culture wars. Instead of seeing the West as inherently good or evil, we can understand it as a complex, evolving civilization whose ideas should not be or should be examined, not worshipped. Second, foundational principles should be reconsidered. Rosenthal-Pubúl contrasts two conceptions of freedom: the ancient Greek idea tied to virtue and self mastery, and the modern idea of freedom as the absence of restraint. The shift from virtue to desire reshaped the moral landscape of the modern West, influencing everything from Enlightenment politics to American democracy. Understanding this evolution doesn't just clarify our founding philosophy, it reveals the moral tensions that still shape our society between liberty, responsibility, and the common good. Third, ignorance is not bliss. Robert Royal argues that eliminating Western Civ courses because they're not diverse enough ignores the pivotal transformations that reshaped global thought, from political revolutions to the rise of science and human rights. But part of the problem is that we've let the term Western civilization to become distorted. Too often, people equate Western with things that it simply isn't. Western doesn't mean Christian, white, or English speaking. It doesn't mean Europe, civilized, or even purely Greco Roman. As Birkin warns, the danger of teleological thinking, assuming Western progress was inevitable, turns the West into a self congratulatory myth. In reality, when the Greco Roman world fell, Europe didn't just restore the old order, it developed along completely new lines, creating a civilization unique in its own right. Recognizing that the West development was neither perfect nor preordained allows us to appreciate both its achievements and its failures without collapsing into extreme cynicism or nationalism. Studying Western Civ critically helps us remember what the West was not. It's not a monolith, and it's not finished. If Western civilization is neither static nor evident, then historians must study it more deeply, not abandon it. We need to re examine its origins, boundaries, and transformations to reach a clearer consensus and teach it more effectively. As Royal reminds us, abandoning Western Civ means ignoring the very revolutions that shaped our modern world. And as Birken and Rosenthal-Pubúl show, revisiting these debates helps us understand not just history, but ourselves. Thank you for listening. And remember, Western civilization isn't a static tradition, it's a living question we're still learning how to answer.